Hey, what's going on, guys? Josiah with From the Dust Outdoors here. I've got a special guest on this trip here. His name's David. Gonna be taking him on his first backpacking trip, and we are back at Wildcat Hollow Trail. So we recently did a trip here with James and Chris. Decided to come back here because it's a trail that I know and love, and it's a good spot for a first timer. So we're gonna do an overnight trip here on the short loop, so about 5 miles overnight, and camp somewhere in between. Gonna be doing some tips and tricks, things like that, beginner tips for David here and for you guys. So it's gonna be a good trip. I'm super excited for it, even though it is already raining. As you can probably hear and see in the background, it is completely soaked out here already. So it's gonna be fun. Another wet trip with From the Dust Outdoors. David, you got anything that you're excited for?
Just everything in general, just excited to see what's out there, and yeah.
Awesome. Let's get to it. Alright, so let's see how this is packed here. So you said you got nothing in the bottom?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see, we'll probably move your sleeping bag, the Teton one.
Yeah.
Alright, let's throw this in the bottom. So at the very bottom, you want to have your light stuff. So like sleeping bag is really good because it normally takes up enough space to fully utilize this compartment. Trailhead 20, nice. This is one that I was looking at. Just kind of stuff it down into there.
I didn't realize it was a extra compartment.
Yeah.
Makes sense though.
Alright, so then what do we got? So we got your bottle here. Camping cookware kit. Oh,
whoops.
Sorry about that.
It's alright.
So your sleeping pad?
Yep.
Nice. Oh, with a pillow too. That's awesome.
That's great.
Alright, so I'm gonna leave your clothes in the bottom because you probably won't need those until camp.
Yeah.
And let's see here, let's take the tent. He's rocking the Eureka Sun River 2 tent. I'm gonna take this and pull the sticks out of it.
Oh, okay.
And the stakes as well. That way, this is now flexible. And you can bend it and kind of stuff it down in there.
That's why I got the stakes.
Alright, so we'll pop those there. We'll go ahead and put your sleeping pad on there.
Super comfortable sleeping pad.
Yep. And I brought this for you. This one's almost empty. It's a little fuel canister. So what I like to do with this... Oh man, this has got 4 pots in it.
That's a nice set.
Yeah. I'd say you probably only need the center ones, just to save on weight.
Yeah.
So if I were you, I would just pop that in there. And then is your stove in the front here?
Yeah, it's the little...
Cool. So I normally stick my stove right on top and then put that on top.
Oh, okay.
That way it's all in one, for the most part, watertight container.
It's got a little pouch.
Yeah, if the stove gets wet, it's no bueno.
Yeah.
The piezo lighter probably won't work if it's wet. And then we'll put this on the very top. Oh man, you got tons of room in here. You're good. I actually have enough room to stick these inside, I believe. Stuff them down on the side there.
That's definitely
Sitting with this sake, so we'll just put those on the top.
Now that I know that there's a bottom compartment, I can definitely use that for under. Oh, and my water bottle too.
That you'll want to have on the outside so you can take a drink while you're drinking.
Yeah.
Alright, so the only other thing that we'll need to get in there will be food. So let me go ahead and stick this on top of mine. And I'll pull out my food bag and we'll kind of split stuff up. Alright, so food. So this is, I use this for drinks. I got plenty for both of us. We got coffee, energy drinks, and Propel for getting some electrolytes back.
Yeah.
I always bring a little thing of snacks. That's probably way too much for an overnight, but it works, you know. Mostly cheese and meat.
Simple stuff.
So what we're gonna do for lunch today, we're each gonna take ramen, and we're each gonna take Spam packet, and we'll each take half of these potatoes here, and we're gonna make ramen bombs. And we've got a video on how to make ramen bombs already on the channel, so I'll probably skip through this part for you. Dinner. We're each doing one of these taco rice fiesta sides for dinner from Knorr. And as always, we're doing freezer bag cooking because it's just so much easier than having to clean your pot after every single meal.
Over here.
And we're off. Ready?
Yep, let's get it.
We'll have to make sure we camp on some high ground.
Yes.
Having fun yet?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It is muddy. I really don't know what else to say besides it is crazy muddy. I mean, this section of the trail is normally all mud even in the middle of the summer. So right now in the rainy season, it's ridiculous trying to pass this. David, I think we made it to the end of the rainy part.
Yes.
The end of the muddy part. There's our clearing. Oh, no, more mud. I lied. Not quite yet.
Oh boy. Lots of mud.
Bushwhacking.
There we go.
So here at the Wildcat Hollow Trail, it's like they couldn't decide what blazes they wanted to use. So if you look at any maps they will tell you that the blaze is the white diamond, but there's a bunch of random ones. You've got, you know, 3 white lines there painted on. I've seen 1 white line painted on. This 3 white lines kind of marks that this is the split off point. So you can go that way or you can go that way, and it will complete the loop. So the first part of the Wildcat trail is actually just 1 spot. So the loop doesn't actually start until about a half a mile into the trail. And then you come to this spot where you can choose to go clockwise or counterclockwise on the trail. So we are going to go this way. And we are going to follow that blaze with an arrow because they have this trail marked to go clockwise. So we're going to follow that. And see that big flat rock right there?
That one?
Yep, you just want to step on that guy. And then it's deep for about a foot, so you're gonna have to jump. Like I got that flat rock right out there.
That one?
Yeah, or you can just kind of make a big step straight forward, and it's not too deep either. Just have to be a really big step. Just kind of.
Is that stone right there?
No.
That's just moss or whatever that is.
No, that's just pine needles.
Just make a big step.
There you go.
That
Perfect.
I can get that.
Onward we go. We have finally hit some relatively flat ground that is not covered in mud. Once again, another reason to love the pine plantations here in Wayne National Forest. They really don't allow a lot of mud with all the roots from the pine trees and the pine needles all over the ground, so gotta love it. So up at the top of the first switchback on the Wildcat Hollow Trail, there's one of my favorite campsites. It is at the very top of a ravine, so if it's raining like tonight, you really don't have to worry that much about being flooded out. And it's just a pretty site. There's a lot of open space, good established fire pit, but unfortunately this is only about 1.5 miles in, so we're gonna keep going today. Alright, cool. Let's do some lunch. So as we were eating lunch, we took a look at the map and realized that there's really no more water crossings today. So we're backtracking a little bit to go to the last water crossing that we did and fill up on water for the night.
You must got the big one.
Yep.
I got the mini.
Well, I still got the mini, I just bought the bigger bag to go with it. Alright, so here's a pro tip for you. This is why I use smart water bottles, because you can actually back flush with them. Get all the dirty water out of there. So you can use this instead of that syringe that came with the Sawyer. We are back on the trail after lunch. We made it around the first corner here. possibly showing you a map right now, hopefully, if I had the time to make one, of where we are. And yeah, we're getting going again. It's always hard to get going after you've had lunch. Your belly's all full and you just don't want to move. So we're making the best of it. Feeling good? So these things right here, if anybody knows what these are, if you want to let us know in the comments, my best guess is that they mark a national forest trail for Wayne, because I've seen them on a lot of trails here at Wayne, but that's just a guess. So if you know, drop a comment down below, let me know what it is. Hi little guy, how you doing? See if he'll move when I walk by. He is just afraid. Watch out, don't step on this little guy. So I end up seeing a lot of people who do trails just once and then they never visit it again. And I can understand that. I've done that quite a bit, where you just do a trail once to experience it and then go to another one, because let's face it, most of us aren't gonna hit all the trails that we want to in our life. But man, I love coming back to the same trails over and over again during different seasons and just seeing how the trail changes and how the forest adapts to the different climate, the different weather. I mean, right now, the last time we were here was just 2 months ago, and it's completely different than it was then. So it's really cool to see the way that the forest changes. So if you haven't visited a trail twice, I would highly recommend it. That sun feels nice.
Oh yeah. Except for the fact that I'm wearing jeans.
Alright, we have made it to the short loop connector trail, which means we are just about halfway through the short loop. It is 4 o'clock, so we have been going since about 12:30. We stopped and had lunch for probably an hour, so that took up a good amount of time. Yeah, but the big thing when you're new to backpacking is to make sure that you are taking it at a pace that you can handle. When you're out in the woods here, the last thing you want to do is get so exhausted that you can't even continue on. So you want to make sure that you're going at a pace that's good for you. Let's just watch David try and trudge through the mud here.
that.
Dude, stop farting. That's gross. We made it. Home sweet home for the night.
Is that it?
This is it.
Yes. Victory!
Alright, David, so highlights. What'd you like? What'd you not like?
Highlights was just the excitement of being out here and just exploring, and the dislikes was all the mud. It's kind of everywhere.
There was a lot of mud. It's springtime, it's the rainy season, so the whole trail pretty much is mud for the most part.
That's pretty much it.
Nice. How you liking your equipment so far? With the backpack, is that good?
Oh yeah, the backpack's working out really well, and just learning how to use it to the best functionality, and excited to use it for future backpacking trips.
Awesome. Cool. Anything else that you want to...
No.
No? No? Alright. Yeah, it was a good trip overall so far. We have about 1.5 miles left tomorrow morning, and we pretty much have to get up and get out of camp. I have to be back in town by the afternoon time, so we just got to get going. But it's gonna be good. We're looking at no rain was forecasted, except for when we came. So it was raining when we got here, and it was pretty much supposed to stop when it stopped for the whole trip. So excited about being dry tomorrow. That's gonna be good.
And a pro tip, do not wear jeans backpacking.
Yes, David learned the hard way today that jeans and backpacking do not go together.
They're terrible.
So, it's a good tip right there. That is a good tip. But I think we're about to head in for the night, or at least I am. It's getting pretty dark, so I'm gonna try and get some shut-eye and wake up around 5 or 6. So we'll check in with you guys later. Well, good morning, everyone. It is about 6:20 in the morning. Just got up. Time to make some breakfast, pack up camp, and get on the trail. So breakfast this morning is going to be oatmeal. Got a mix of, I believe, plain and raisin spice, so it should be good. Alright, well, it's now 7 a.m. I have already eaten breakfast and packed up camp, so I think it's time for a wake-up call. David! David! Wake up! Wake up.
Yep.
Alright, and we're off. Day 2, here we go. We should have about 1.5 miles to get back to the trailhead. So hopefully it won't take us too long to knock this out. We can get back into town. So the weather's actually really nice this morning, which is good. There's a nice breeze. It's a little bit cold, but for the most part, I mean, the sun's starting to come out, and it's a pretty good temperature. Not raining, which I'm very excited about. Should be a good hike out. It's been good so far. So I was gonna get a nice shot of us walking out of the woods and putting our stuff into the car, but there are a couple of guys, I don't know if they're doing trail maintenance or if they're just here camping for a few days, but at the trailhead with a chainsaw, making a ton of noise, so you can probably hear them maybe if they go again. The chainsaw's still going. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's the motor's on, it's not being used right now. So we'll Alright, man, so since we're about 500 feet from the trailhead, but they're making a ton of noise right now, we'll go ahead and debrief here. How was the trip?
It was amazing. Excited to come back out again.
Nice.
And ready to go home and shower.
Yeah, that'll be good, right?
Yes.
Definitely keep the windows open so that two stinky men don't stink themselves out in the car.
Or at least one. I'm always smelling beautiful.
Oh man, I hope you had a good time.
Absolutely.
Got to experience some new stuff and test out your gear. So did anything end up not working too well?
Everything worked out really good.
Awesome, nice and comfy last night.
Yeah.
What kind of sleeping pad were you using?
It was I forget what the brand name is.
Like outdoor something, Outdoorsman maybe, something like that.
That was the sleeping pad.
Okay.
I don't know what the sleeping bag was.
Gotcha. Well, cool. We had a good time, so we will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.